on, let me know so we know that I'm not here alone with Ella. So I have Ella here, and I want you to all meet her.
Yes.
Yeah, say hi, Ella.
I'm excited to meet you all. So this will be fun.
So come on, as you come in, make sure you say hello so we know that you're here. And so we can engage with you. We're going to do these things, readings, right? So we're going to do that. So Ella, tell people a little bit about you. So I was trying to think, how long have we known each other?
Oh gosh, a couple of years now, I think. Yeah, I mean,
I was thinking, is it 3?
I think it'd be at least 3. Has to be. Like for me, it feels like a lifetime, but maybe we'll just say 3. We'll just say 3.
Okay, all right, we'll settle at 3. Hi Lee, hi Julie, hi Chanel,
and Chanel.
Oh, hi Donna. Oh my God, Donna, what time is it?
I know.
I always want to know with Donna in Alaska what time is it, Donna? Why are you up?
That would be early for Alaska, I think.
Yeah,
pretty early in the morning.
Hi, Kate. I still remember that when you came in and we had our sessions together. So that got me thinking, because I was kind of reminiscing, and yes. I was thinking about how long it's been since you kind of wandered into my life.
Yes.
And I thought, what got you to that point? Because you're a mum of 2 yes. beautiful little kids. You're a wife. Yes. You're highly educated. Really smart. Yes, you are. And I thought, what got you to that point where you thought, I kind of might want to go and find out about this stuff?
It's funny that you say that. I think when I was younger, I always had these sort of really vivid dreams, and I was really intrigued by them. So, I mean, when I was little, I dreamed something, and then a couple of days later or a month later, it had happened. And I used to be really scared. I used to be scared to go to sleep because I didn't know what was going to happen. And then as I got older, I started to, look into my dreams, dream meanings. It was really exciting for me. And now I was like, you know what? Let's use the intuition I get in these dreams, and really helps me through life, which is wonderful. But I think the main thing that really happened was when I was in my 20s, I lost my grandmother. Who was really influential in my upbringing. So she was like a second mum. And I feel like when I lost her, my world shattered. It was just like so profound. Started dreaming about her with that. And she sort of came to me in my dreams with all this wisdom, guidance, love. And I just wanted to explore that. I wanted to learn how to connect with her again. And I guess that sort of paved my way into sort of looking into this and looking into spirituality. So I guess I like to thank my grandmother. My grandmother in my dreams, but
thanks.
Yeah,
I was going to say thanks, Nonna.
It was thanks, Nonna. 100%.
Thanks, Nonna.
Pretty much that. And then I guess I'm going to make you laugh. I actually don't work anywhere near where I live, and I happen to be at work. Ooh, hopefully no one's listening from work. And I was Googling just like, how do I learn to be a psychic medium? And your name came up because it was like near where I work. And I was like, let's look into it. Found you, read about you, looked at your little video, and I was like, this is the one.
Oh, this is the crazy lady that can help me.
And this is the lady who's going to help me on my dream. So that's how I found you, and that's sort of what paved my path. So, yes, it was an interesting path, but mainly my grandmother, I have to say.
Oh, well, thanks, Mama.
Connecting with her, learning how to connect with her again started my dream. So, thank you.
I as I said, I was reminiscing and thinking about that. I just want to hi, Kelly. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Cameron. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Caddy.
Caddy as well. Hi, Caddy.
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa.
Okay, who else? Have we got everyone? I think so. It's who else? Because when you was telling a story about when you were little and you used to be scared, I'd like to know, so if that resonates with you guys in the chat, that you're like, I remember being scared of the dark. Let us know, because it is a real indicator. Even though quite often when we're young we our parents might tell us, stop being silly, or,
Oh.
all the things that they say, right? And so quite often we do inadvertently shut ourselves down, and then we go through life, grow, and then we get to a point where something happens, like Nuna passes, and that's a trigger for something, like you might want to go investigate, or she visits. So all the things, right? Sometimes they just visit. So it's a really common story that when I talk to people, that's
that makes sense.
they were scared when they were little. They were either scared of the dark,
yes,
or there was actually things that they saw, heard, felt, that type of thing, which made them scared. Monsters under the bed that aren't really monsters.
Yes.
Those type of things, because it's interesting. We are scared, and even now, like as adults, we can sometimes be scared, and it's because the vibration of our loved ones is different to just the normal vibration of our atmosphere, and so it makes us unnerved because it's different. Right. And when it's unnerved, when we feel unnerved, we think it's scary rather than going, it just feels different.
Feels different.
But when we're little, we don't know. And even as adults, sometimes we just go to that assumption because, we've seen something on television, like some movie or something.
Exactly.
It's messed with our brain in that space. So,
yeah. No, that makes complete sense for sure.
Yeah, so just,
comments too.
Yeah. All right. Our teddy, so I used to, teddy bears, cool.
Yeah, my kids still do that. My kids are the same, so the same experiences with my kids. So
yeah, it's supporting kids is a really big thing with me. I mean, that's definitely how I Melissa came into my world. That's on here is the kids. It's a big thing. I've managed to raise one that's now an adult, and we went through a lot, and I know we went through the extremes of things, so I knew how to kind of help 100%. Others. It's a big deal, but as parents, like here, that we're wise and we ish, right? Maybe I'm being generous for myself. Wise-ish. We're kind of wise-ish. That we're aware at the very least that then we can support our kids, so they don't have to. My big thing is, I never wanted my son to feel that he had to shut himself down and be something else to maneuver through family and also life, and because it creates too many problems. That's my own experience, because you lose yourself. And so as a parent that is aware that their child is going through something, the best thing you can do is get knowledge, because that's what I did. I went on a quest to get knowledge. Is how I ended up here, so I could parent him consciously. And I would say to any parent, if you think your child has got something a little bit different, a little bit special, get knowledge so you can understand, so you can support them, so they can stay attached to who they are, grow up as well balanced as possible, and connected to who they truly are, which this is normal. Like, this is not, translating energy is normal.
It really is. We do it all the time without even realizing we're doing it.
Yeah.
So it's so true. It's so true.
Who would like it? Let's do some cards and then we'll have a bit more chat afterwards.
Yes.
Before I forget though, because I know I will.
All right.
I get raving on. I just want to tell everyone. So, Ella, obviously, you are awesome.
Oh,
and you are awesome. I'm a fan, right? No denying about that. She's an awesome medium. She's also psychic. She's been tested. Her skills are verified. She is beautiful inside and out and has a really nice energy. And anyone that wants to connect with her, off to the side, do that. I'm going to put away in the chat how you can get hold of her. So if you want to reach out to her later on, you can do that. You will not regret it at all.
Thank you.
Just won't. I'm a fan, right? Okay.
Oh, thanks,
and I'll tell you, this is how nice Ella is. Right? Ella, I'm just going to pretend Ella's not here, right?
I'm just gonna
we'll just talk like she's not here. This is how nice she is.
Oh.
She said anyone that wants to connect with her and have a reading, she's taken 20% off her readings, so you can do that if you want to have a reading before the end of the month. That's how nice she is. So
I love to connect with people.
Yeah. So if you're kind of getting a pull, if you think that she's your vibe, right? We're working in energy, right? So if you think Ella's your vibe, do it. You won't regret it.
Thanks, Bronwyn. Look, I'd love to meet anyone that would love to meet me, because this is what I really want to truly do: help people connect with their loved ones. It's like, yeah, it's my calling to help you connect with your loved ones, like I did with my grandmother. So
awesome.
That's what we're aiming for.
All right, let's do a couple of cards and let's have a little bit more.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So we'll just do some cards, and then if people kind of thinking of, sometimes we might have like a burning question or something like that. You can definitely include those if you want. If you just want a card, we'll do that as well. So just let us know by what you put in the chat. And Ella, you can go with whoever you want. You just need to tell me so I make sure I don't feel drawn to the same person.
Okay. That makes sense.
Just so we try and keep it a little bit fair. Yeah.
You know what I should have? What I should have on my glasses.
Oh, right. Yes. 100%.
Should have gone with the glasses. The names are small. No, that's okay. All right. I'm being drawn to Michelle, actually.
Awesome.
Okay. So this, I should really give last names, shouldn't I?
I just normally do the letter just in case, because this stays online forever.
Oh, okay.
You never know what's going to come out.
Okay. All right. Well, I will go with Michelle.
Did you know? Did she have a last name?
It just says Michelle.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Yep.
All right. Cool. All right. So give me just a sec to shuffle my cards and get the energy through my cards. All right.
All right. I've already ready, so I'll go first.
You go first then. Go first.
So I'll go first while you're getting organised. Okay, so this is for Olivia. And so what's coming up for you, Olivia, as general guidance is if you've got anything that would feel like where you've been asking for something, you've kind of been putting out to the universe, that it could be manifesting, it could just be a prayer, a wish, a really strong hope. They're making me aware of this coming, and they actually said true, so coming. So I know that is coming into your world. Thanks. They're also making me aware too that to continue to kind of put the effort into whatever you're trying to manifest, because they're making me aware of actually, because they're showing me writing. So if you're writing down gratitude or writing down, something that would be like, I'm trying to bring this into my world, I'm grateful for, because they're showing me almost like as if you've already got it. So I'm grateful for blah, 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 as if it's done. And even saying it is done, it is done, it is done, to bring that into your world too. Thank you. They're also making me aware that you've worked really hard on lifting your frequency and how you feel. And so everything feels really nice in regards to being able to bring this into your world. Thank you. They are saying that when you ask with a really open heart, this is when you're going to get your things. So let go of any expectations and how it shows up, but know that it will show up. Thanks. And they just said soon. So to me, that is normally really soon. And to me, it's around that month or less. It feels really close. Yep. I am done.
Oh, yeah, cool. All right. So I've just read Michelle's comment. It's Michelle E. So Michelle E. All right. This is
okay.
Okay. So the card that I pulled is, I don't know if you can see it there, it's regret. And what I'm hearing is it is time to let go of past experiences. Okay, so what I'm hearing is as well is that our past does shape the person that we are now. Okay, so all of our past experiences, every interaction that we've had does shape the person we are, but we need to let go of that in terms to move forward. So in terms of growing, that soul growth, that soul journey, we need to let go of all those past sort of experiences with people and experiences in our lives. So this letting go of the past, we need to let go of that to be able to create and dictate our future. So what I'm hearing is there's a lot going on, that there was a lot happening in the past that sort of dictated the person you are today. But what I'm hearing is as well is that it is not confining you. You're able to move past that. Every interaction that we've had in the past is a lesson to what we are today. So just a quick reminder to reflect on what we've learned from experiences with people, take that on board, but to see it as a way to grow. So let me know if that resonates with you. So, yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. So this is for Jeanette. So it's 2 cards here. And so I saw your question, so I won't repeat it, but I know that it is for that. And what I'm being made aware of in regards to your question is that there is an awareness now. So as things are kind of starting to drop in regards to your question, it's like a resonance of like, I actually now have to accept the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. There also, this other one was time to go. So I know that it's about this creating this change. It does feel heavy. It does feel a little bit harder, but I'm also being made aware that in reflection, you'll understand the why. It does feel like we've got a little bit of bumps in it. So whether it's a backwards and forwards, because it does look like a backwards and forwards to me, that this, and then it's going to smooth out. Thank you. I'm also, when I ask why it feels a little bit in that kind of more heavy space, they're making me aware of encouraging you to really stand in your truth and stand. They actually said stand up, but I am aware too, because my actual chest is hurting. So it's either stress or something that would be similar to that, as we're kind of thinking about how do I speak up what is my truth and how that lands for me. So that is, you quite often compromise and make yourself kind of fit into situations and dynamics. And this is what they're making me aware of, that this shift and change and the movement that's around you currently is so you can be a little bit stronger and even stand in your power a little bit more. While it feels a little bit tough at the moment, I'm aware that this is shifting and changing, because as I look forward, they show me it feeling quite bright. They actually show me a nice big sunshine. That says to me that things are going to get really nice and bright. Thanks. Lots more activity, lots more social things, lots more going out is also part of that. And in that brings, I'm going to say, because they're showing me new threads of energy, so that would be new connections. So that's really nice. Thanks. So, and they say fun. So I know that you're going to have lots of fun in this space. We're just in a little chunk of time that just feels a little bit sticky, but it doesn't feel very far away until it feels awesome. Thanks. You've got lots of changes happening at the moment, so don't stress out about those, because I also heard work. So we've got a lot of movement around you, Jeanette, so that is okay, because it's like we're taking away the things that you're really outgrown, because you are growing a lot, and it's kind of shifting those things that you've outgrown out of the way, so you can have things that really align for who you are now and who you're kind of leaning in to be.
Okay. Okay. So I was drawn to Pauline W. Yep, so this card is for you. So I've pulled the card change, and what I'm hearing is that there's a lot of changes happening for you at the moment as well. So change is not a bad thing. It is a scary thing, and it feels like to me there is a little bit of fear associated with the changes that are coming up for you. But what Spirit is reminding me to tell you is that changes actually help us grow. So there is a lot of lessons and a lot of growth happening through this change for you. So release all that fear. It feels like a lot of self-doubt going on as well. I'm hearing doubt. Release all that self-doubt, because you can do it. I keep hearing she can do it. She can definitely do it. So just letting go of that. But change is a positive thing, and Spirit wants to remind you that. So it's like this whole transformation coming for you. What I see is brightness and all this exciting energy coming. So there's a lot of excitement coming towards you, and letting go of all the negativity. It's sometimes really difficult, and I understand that, but Spirit's reminding that you can do it. So you've got all your spiritual team behind you, but there's beautiful changes coming for you in your life. So hope that resonates, and let me know if it does in the chat.
I want to ask you a question, Ella.
Yes, ask me a question.
Getting someone's fiddling with my nose here, so it's kind of annoying. Sorry. It's like, that's why this is happening. Like, guys, it's like, stop touching me.
Leave me alone.
They're annoying in a good way. Annoying in a good way. I would love to know, because yes, I know you're like me. We really like the people that don't have bodies.
Yes.
Right?
Oh God, yes.
Sometimes it's my tagline that my favorite people are the dead people, right?
Sure.
Because they are. So I'd like to know what has been your most memorable moment when doing a reading?
My most memorable moment. Ooh. Do you know, I have a lot to choose from.
What's the first one that comes up?
Do you know what? I think the first thing that comes up for me is hearing the wisdom from the other side. Like, not anything in particular, but I learn a lot about myself through my readings, and they're not even messages for me, but I learn a lot from hearing the wisdom from the other side for me. Like, it's like, are you directing it at me? But in particular, I was sitting in a reading, and what made me laugh was, I was having a day with my kids. They were frustrating me, and when you're just like, oh, just want to connect with my reading, I just want to let go of all that. I was sitting down connecting to this lady's loved one, this lady's mum, and she goes to me, "You need to stop, forget about your kids, and just surrender and just relax." And I was like, "Oh my God, she's getting feisty with me. She was getting angry at me." So I think it's just like this whole playful side of, they give us a lot of wisdom as well. I think that for me is the most memorable part, because I learn a lot from my readings with the spirit world. So I don't know, like, I don't know about you. I'd like to know about yours, because you would have some really interesting ones too.
Yeah,
but I think it's learning so much. Like,
yeah, I if I wasn't so busy, I'd write them all down. Like, there's so many things.
So many
they're
things.
just, yeah, it's awesome. The ones that I mean, they make me laugh. They make me embarrassed. Like, sometimes I'm like, you want me to say that? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I mean, I have arguments with spirit sometimes. I'm like, I'm not saying that. People think I'm a lunatic. Like, this is what happens. Because they do make me embarrassed sometimes. I had it the other day with this week. And I said to the girl afterwards, I go, did I look embarrassed? She goes, oh my God, yes. Because I had to say something. I had to find another way to say, hey, whoever it was, some relative was in the bedroom. To find a way to say that. But I think the things that I love the most is when I ask them what they do to show that they're around. Now, we know all the basic stuff. But the things some of the things that they've said, and I, once again, quite often, I'll be with the spirit, like, don't do that. That would freak someone out. Like, behave yourselves. But I think one of my ones, and I've mentioned it quite a few times in class, that I love is when a father was pushing the toilet button all the time. Like, so father's in spirit.
Yes.
And he was pushing the toilet button. And his wife was babysitting the grandchildren, and I was doing the reading for his daughter. And so when I said that, she's like, oh my God, yes. It was yesterday or the day before that the mum, so his wife, had rung her at work saying, the toilet won't stop running. I don't know what to do. And as he's telling the story, he was like laughing. And he was one of those guys that would just annoy his wife all the time. So he continued to do that.
And that's what I love about it. They are still the same as they were here.
Yeah.
And, if they were a crack up here, they're going to be a crack up over there. That doesn't change. So,
doesn't at all. And the amount of times too that, if you've got that I'm glad that spirit doesn't have arms and legs. Yes. The amount of times I've had, say, cranky nunnas, like wanting to hit me in the back of the head or something. Forget, like, if I didn't kind of get it right, because they've got no patience or whatever.
They reprimand you. They really do. They really do. Do you know what? You actually, you made me remember. I actually did a reading on my auntie back in the day when I was studying with you. Actually, I did a reading on my auntie, and coming up was my cousin's birthday. He was turning 40, and my auntie's mum has passed over. We're connected to her mum. And I asked her, how will you let us know that you're going to be at Joe's birthday? And she said, there's going to be a big bang. All right, no worries. It's going to be a big bang. I just, whatever. And I said, well, if you're going to make it, you're going to make it known. You're going to make it known. You're going to do something big. So I'm going to do something big. She, at the point of the party, my cousin was just about to cut a cake. And we were outside, and it was like lightning, and everything was happening. The cake and everything just flew over, and everything just fell onto the floor. It was massive. All the cutlery, everything just smashed. I was like, "There's the big bang." She's here. So I was like, but she was such a sweet little lady, and she's like, I'm just going to do a big bang for you, so you know I'm around. It was just this whole. It's so funny how they do it. I just love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
They
so
really
I'm gonna draw. Let's do a couple of cards, because Ella and I
can just talk we're literally going to talk all night, Bronwyn.
Yeah, I know. We forget why we're here.
I have forgotten. I'm sorry. Yes, I've forgotten.
Sorry, guys. We forget what we're doing. We're easily distracted. Mine like a goldfish.
That's me.
You never know that one of the skills we have to have as a medium is to hold focus.
Mm-hmm.
looking at us two tonight, you'd wonder why. Like, can they even do it?
Oh, goodness. It's so true.
All right. So let me just kind of see. I'm going to go to Karen T. I saw, thanks. I just want to understand. Thanks. So I saw your question, Karen, about, and it was reflecting how you feel. So. It's interesting. I've got 3 cards here.
You're accumulating cards.
I know. It's just like I just do what I'm told. It's the only place where I do it. And it has a real relationship focus. So whether that is why you feel the way you do because of that or not, but I am being made aware of loyalty. And it's intimate loyalty because both cards are about that intimate loyalty. So I just want to think now that when I sit and consider what that is, thanks. Thank you. All right. So we've in that space, which are our close relationships, intimate relationships. I'm aware of that. This is where we've had angst, or we feel like that. How much more can we take? What the stress sits in there because I'm aware of like coming to the edge. And it's like, how much more of what I'm going through can I cope with? Thanks. I'm also hearing too that on that, as I ask that question of spirit, they're making me aware that even though that you think that your cup is full and it's actually overflowing, that you are stronger than what you realize. Thanks. And it's even those days you don't want to be strong anymore because they're saying that she actually doesn't want to be, sometimes she doesn't want to be strong. She's sick of being strong. But it's like you can't help it. You are, that's just who you are. So even though you are tired and you don't want to be strong anymore, you are able to do that. It's just a trait. Thanks. It's this, I just want to see, because they're saying it. All right. Now, whilst we've had a lot of stress coming up here, they're making me aware of it shifting and changing, and I'm just ascertaining to the when. Thanks. Now, you do have to make some changes because they're making me aware that it's not just something that's just going to magically blow away, because they are showing that you do have to take some action. I just want to see what that is. Thanks. So bear with me while I just ask. Okay, so they're saying that there's an impatience for things that are not moving the way that you want them to move. So this is, thanks, and this does feel stress. So we've got issues in relationships or the frustration sitting there. I'm aware of it being a close relationship, but I'm also aware that most of this stress, when I really connect in, is to do with your work or what would be that or what is occupying your time. So to me, work is whatever, if we're retired, it's whatever's occupying our time in that space. And also, thank you, I'm also hearing that we've got to focus on an older child. So it could be child, grandchild, but it's an older person too that is also, you've got a lot of things going on, right? Because I can feel it and see it on now. So this stress, because they're making me aware of all the things here, Karen, one, you need to breathe. So make sure you create space for you. Make sure, thank you, you need to say no and prioritize yourself around that too. And you don't always have to do it in a really nice way, because they're actually showing me that sometimes you get kind of a little bit cranky. So that's cool, because I think you need to. And you need to create space for your things. Can you do self-care, bath, all this kind of stuff they're showing me. So I want you to look after yourself in a really basic way. Create space where you can go by yourself, because they keep showing me go outside. Say no to things. It is not your job to fix everything, hold space for everyone, and do all the things. You're not prioritizing yourself enough, and that's what they're making me aware that you need to do that. Thank you. And you need to delegate and give whoever is your intimate partner some more of this responsibility. It is not all yours to hold. Sorry. There you go.
It was an important message. That was really important.
I just needed to kind of get the pieces.
Well, they were giving you cards, like multiple cards, so we had to work it all together.
Well, and then they do it, and then they just start talking.
That's okay. That's okay.
I've got to stop and listen.
Sorry.
Sorry, and then I've got to stop and listen. So.
Yes, exactly. No, we've got to stop. We've got to take a breather. I'm pulling a card for Jessica R. Okay, so I've seen Jessica R up there, and I've been drawn to her, so I'm just going to pull a card for her. Okay. All right. So, okay, I'm getting the card self-esteem, and what I'm hearing is oh my God, I can't speak. What I'm hearing is, maybe this is for you. What I'm hearing is remind yourself that you are special. Remind yourself that you got special talents, and really back yourself. what I'm hearing is, here's where the throat comes in, not speaking your truth sometimes, being kept in a box. So feeling that you're not able to move past that. What I'm hearing at the moment as well is that you are seeking to move forward, but you're feeling like you're pushed down, okay? So you truly are special, and that's what Spirit wants to remind you for, and that you've got unique gifts, but don't let anyone push you down and keep you in a little box. So really pushing through that. So what I'm hearing is, well, just be mindful of who you keep in your circle, okay? And you can be mindful of the friends that you have, because we do want to surround ourselves with people that lift you up, not bring you down, and that can push you through to strive towards your goals. So really be mindful of that as well, and reflect on the fact that you can do things, that you are able to do it, and you don't need anyone else's outside validation for that as well. So that really holding on to looking forward for yourself and really backing yourself, and that whole energy of looking forward to growth, really growth in that as well. So I hope that resonates, and let me know if it does.
So I've got these little cards here, and these are for Julie V. So I saw your question, so I'm addressing that. So what I'm being made aware of in regards to that, a couple of things. One is that as you're kind of organizing yourself in regards to that business, make sure that we are really thorough in the all the little details. So it's about all the little details. They're showing me things ending, so I know that that's to create space so you can step forward in here. But thanks. It might be ending faster than you anticipate. So just lots of planning is required, Julie. So you are not caught sort of unorganized or short in any type of way. They're also making me aware that things may be a little bit slower, or there's things that are going to also come from your past that could be just kind of pulling you back when you're trying to kind of move forward in this new business space. So tie up any loose ends, be really thorough, be really aware of this. Thanks. And you probably won't notice for a big momentum, because they showed me 5 and I wanted to clarify on what it was. They made me aware months. So it's going to take a little while for traction to kind of occur. But make sure that you, as prepared as you can be, you've got a little nest egg in regards to funds, because they're showing me the tiny little things that we might not anticipate that you need to be aware of, that you need to cover those off. Thanks. The closing off. So they're showing me all these kind of endings. So I know there's going to be lots of things closing off, so you can really step into this. It's really interesting because at the same time I'm aware of what I call negative Nancy's kind of doubting you or putting not necessarily supporting you fully. We just kind of want to ignore those. Now, I will say there is some people that there are things in there that we're not going to totally ignore, because there are some things that you haven't considered. So we won't really ignore them, but we won't let them affect us how we feel, because I'm aware of you still moving forward, but some of their wisdom is good, but don't let it impact how you feel. You're so a little bit of planning and then it will be good.
Yes, Michelle, Jessica did get a reading. So Jessica R, that reading was for you. Yeah, I think I don't know what time it was, but we're back on the replay. Okay, so I was going to pull a card actually for Michelle Ager this time. So Michelle, this is because I saw it before, and I've been meaning to pull one for Michelle, but then I got drawn to somewhere else, but I've been drawn back to Michelle. So this card is for Michelle. Okay, so. Oh, no, sorry, Jessica, anyways, should have put the initial in there. All right, so, okay, so what the card I pulled is patience, and what I'm hearing is that everything happens in the divine moment, so when it is meant to happen. So
how annoying.
Oh, what happened?
No, just divine timing. How annoying.
It is so annoying. It really is, because we want things to happen when we want it now. We want it now, but that doesn't always happen that way. So in terms of that, it is our journey to go through all these twists and turns, and that's what Spirit is reminding me there. So you are on your path, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that sort of that whole energy of the rainbow with the little golden pot. That's the images that Spirit is giving me there for you. So you are on your path, and trusting that intuition that you are on your path. But there are little obstacles on the way. Some of them being, obstacles that we put up ourselves, self-doubt and self-worth, but other obstacles, external obstacles as well. Time, I keep hearing time. So time management as well. So that feeling that and that being one of the obstacles as well. But it will happen. I keep hearing it will happen for you. Just hold on. So that it is just a journey. All of it is just a journey, and it all is going to happen when it is meant to happen. So there are a lot of lessons and growth happening on this path for you. Just hold on there, is what Spirit is saying, that if we look too far into the future, we're going to miss the treasures of the little things that we have on the way to the path. So looking for those little treasures on the way. So hope that resonates for you. Let me know if it does.
Thanks.
Yeah. I wish it wasn't that way though, wasn't it? It just, when I want things to happen, I want it to happen now.
I know, it's the humanness of us. We want it to happen now. Once again, things that I'm forgetting. If you guys like the idea of channeling, right? And sometimes you'll see it a little bit on some of my readings, particularly when I do the big ones at the end, it kind of slips into that. And sometimes when I've had it in one-to-one readings, all kinds of weird stuff happens. It's like we go to Funky Town. But if you like that, if you're kind of like, hey, I want to find my way where I can connect to my guides, my loved ones, without needing to pay for readings or going somewhere where for a reading, channeling is a good place to start, because it allows you to kind of surrender, where you find the way, like whatever it is, to be able to do that. So we're starting it's a short course, really. It's 6 weeks next week. For anyone that's interested and wants to come and hang out and, in the crazy that is my classes, by all means, there's a link in the chat and you can join if you like. But it is a really nice space, and it allows us to surrender. Unlike mediumship. So mediumship, if you can do mediumship, if you're awesome at mediumship like Ella, then you have managed to accomplish one of the hardest metaphysical things there is to do. Evidential mediumship is really hard to do it properly. There's a lot of people that kind of do it a little bit differently, but the way that we go through the process and the way that I teach everyone to do it, so it's detailed, that it's things that aren't written down. It's not wish-washy. No. We're going for precise information that is not written down. No one put it in Facebook or anything like that. There's no other way that we can find it out. Those types of things, it's a challenge sometimes. But you want to do something that's fun, awesome, lets you just be free. Lean into channeling.
Definitely.
Yes, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
So, hi.
No, yeah.
We got Omar from Toronto. Woohoo!
Oh, what time is it there?
Too early, I would say. I'd say it's too early. All right. So I just want to thanks. Without going into a full mediumship space, because I want to make sure that we get through a few people, I have noticed, I keep hearing two things. So I hear, when I'm connecting into Christy Black, I'm getting the word mum, but I'm also aware of a male. So I'm hearing those words, and I haven't kind of placed where they are. So I just want to see, thanks, what that is. And we'll allow it to come up, but I just want to share that before I move on. So I just want to kind of see, because I want to go to, thanks. Okay. We've got, I think it was Sona that wanted about her career. So I just wanted to check in and ask Spirit about that. Thanks. Now, what I'm being made aware for her in regards to her career is that this is, you may have an opportunity, because I say level up, so you may have an opportunity to progress or move, but what I'm actually getting more drawn to is a pull sidewards, but it actually feels not within the same business, because it kind of feels like you're getting pulled out. And thanks. And now I'm aware that there is a hesitation, and this hesitation feels assigned to money or resources, that type of thing, so that practicality of it. Now this is, thanks. This is also, I just want to see who that is, yeah. It's also impacting your health, because I'm aware of a health impact. Either that, or I would be saying to you, you're feeling lightheaded. There's something going on there. So either it's impacting your health or something is going on. So make sure you go and get it checked. Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of stress in this. indecision. There is not knowing which way to go. It's impacting your health or your well-being. It is what's coming up. But I'm being made aware that they are trying to remove you and kind of pull you into something really new, even though where you are may try and get you to stay based on offering you something else. They actually said you deserve the rewards that for the hard work, and I don't necessarily think that you're getting it, because it feels like you're either being overlooked or something is going past you in that space. And so it is about doing something that you really, really love, and not just settling. Thanks. Also be really aware too that you have a really nice healing energy, because that's coming up really strong. And I would say start with yourself. Really look after yourself first of all before you go on to anyone else. But I'm aware of your trait would normally be to go somewhere else and look after others before you look after yourself. So it is a time for you to really prioritize yourself and spend some time doing things that really light you up, rather than things that you think you should do because it's, you need to do it because of survival, work, money, all the things. So that's that reading.
Mum and Mel is right. Is there?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. Yep, it was for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ella, have you got someone?
Let me.
Oh, okay, Christy, it was. Okay, awesome. Because the whole, and I'm like, I'm not going to look around and turn it into a whole big thing because I'm getting mum just yelling out every time I look at your name, Christy. I keep hearing mum, 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 mum. Yelling out to me, but I'm also aware that there is a man also coming through there. Thanks. And I just while she's on a roll, it's like, God, she's like I say, while she's on a roll, and she's like laughing. It's like, yeah, I've been trying to get your attention. I'm like, what do you want to say? And thank you. It's really important for her to let you know. One, first of all, she's like, I'm good. So she's got a really nice energy. She's really happy. Thanks. She's also made me aware too of, and she just said around, but I want to kind of get the clarity. I think you have an awareness of her actually physically being around in your house, because she's actually walking around and being around. Because it's like she's walking around going, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. So she's kind of identifying things. So if you're a little bit slack or you haven't done your housework, or mum, because she's kind of looking at things and giving her opinion about what things would be like. Whether you need to tidy up or whatever, because she's doing that. Thanks. She just said, I love you. Thanks. And as she does that, she leans in like to give a kiss and do that. Thanks. She said that is the thing that is really important for you to know, how much that she loves you and that she is okay. She arrived safely, apparently. I don't know why they say these things.
Of course they did, but that's okay.
She's safe. So thanks. She's actually quite social. So she's making me aware of being very, very social. She's doing a lot of talking, and making it, and she just said, and catching up. Thanks. And she's making me aware of catching up with people that it feels like family and friends is what she's made me aware of. So I know that she's caught up with a friend or someone that would feel like a friend in spirit. It's really important for you to know that, yes, Christy, this is for you, is that this love, and she's like, she wasn't going to leave me alone because she's just yelling out. So mum's good. Mum's pushy when she wants to talk, and I reckon that I could talk to her for hours once I get it going. So I kind of feel like, let's sit down, get ourselves some drinks. We're going to get a sore throat, all the things. But when she
like us.
Yeah, a bit like us. No wonder she joined. It's like, oh, they're my ladies.
Yeah.
But it's interesting when she kind of was showing me, it's like she is going through your house and being just like what a normal mum would do, which is like going, oh, Christy, you should do this. Christy should do this, giving her opinion as she's kind of floating around your house. She does make me aware of I don't know if there's a boy, but it feels like a child that she's also acknowledging and making me aware of. So she's also making me aware of a child. She hasn't said if it's yours or not, but she is making. So if you've got a child, know that she's acknowledging that. If she's got a grandson or granddaughter, but it feels more like a son, that she's making me aware of. Thanks. And there is a connection still between them because she is making me aware of communication occurring, acknowledgement of some way. Yeah. So she's acknowledging all that for you. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So they're on our level. They're hanging out. So
that's good.
All
That's
right.
good.
Sorry, guys. I just had to do that. A young boy. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
They're very persistent spirit.
They are.
Sometimes they won't let you go.
Yeah.
They want to get their word in.
It's his birthday tonight. Oh, that's
isn't that beautiful?
Awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad I didn't ignore her. She's just giving me the whole body yes. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't ignore her. It did take her about 3 goes before me to finally say it. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome.
That's so beautiful, though.
Yeah,
I love that.
It is. All right. Sorry for hogging. All right. Give you some.
No, that's okay. No, I love watching you in action. It's awesome. So I was drawn to Barbara Kay from a little bit earlier on. So what the card that I pulled for you, Barbara, tonight is indecision. So really trusting your intuition. So I feel like there is a decision that needs to be made, and that sort of idea of not knowing which way to go. Okay. So what I'm hearing is that when you come up to a decision, when you're coming to the crossroads, feel into that decision. How does it make you feel? Do you feel good inside? What does it think about what your body does? Think about how you're feeling inside. So that will help you. Trusting your intuition. I keep hearing that you know the right way to go. You're not alone in these decisions. Our spiritual team is there. We are there to help you. That's what I keep hearing. We are there to help you. So really trust into that. Go into the gut feeling and see how that makes you feel. So all these feelings of indecision, they can. It's just a way of us knowing that we can trust ourselves. So really delving into that. So just that whole idea of you actually knowing the right decision before we even get there. So Spirit is trying to tell you as well that you don't need to fear. You know that path and you're already on that path. So I hope that resonates with you. Let me know if that does in the chat.
All right. So I just say hi, Naomi. She's making sure that I say hi, Naomi. All right. So let me kind of just do a couple of quick cards. So a couple of people have got some long messages. I want to just kind of
just keep coming up.
I know they do just keep coming up, which is awesome, guys.
I love it. I love commenting. Thank you so much.
Don't forget, if you love Ella as much as me. Don't forget, if you love Ella as much as me, that she's got she's for anyone that kind of wants to connect with her, she's discounted her reading. So make sure that you hang out with her, right? Make sure you hang out with her. And her link is in this chat. So I just want to see who I'm drawn to. Okay. All right. Lee, I just looked at your thing straight away, and the first thing I heard was yes. So are you making the right decision? I did hear yes. I heard it really loud. And it's like yes with some momentum because someone just kind of lifted their leg up, like they're kind of pushing you. So it's pushing you forward. So it's like yes. And about time, apparently. So that's so whatever the decision was, this has been something that's taken you a little while to get to this place, but it's like, yeah, now don't change your mind because they're like this, pushing you. So that's a yes for you. Thanks. All right. So let's kind of see. Yes, Miriam, of course.
Thank you, love Miriam.
Ella. Let's all love on Ella.
Oh, well, I love you too, Miriam. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's kind of do some fast ones so we can cover off some people.
I can't believe time is going so quickly.
I know it goes really fast here. Okay, is that around study? I want to kind of just ask Lee, so let me just check. Yeah, it is, but there's also it is because I heard yes, but I actually think it applies to 2 things because I also said home. So there'll be something at home as well where you have hesitated and now you're going to make a decision. So there's 2 things that message relates to. So yeah. So this is for Anna I, and what I'm getting. So here's your card, just so you know. And so what's coming up there is that when you ask for help, you're going to get it. So you're going to get it immediately. Thanks. It's all the things that you ask for are governed by universal law. Now, for you more so than anything, because I also hear karma. So I know that there's always going to be that balance to things that you ask for. So make sure that when you ask for things, that you ask for them knowing that everything will be balanced for you, because sometimes balance occurs a long time. You might even not even know that it's occurred. But for you, you're going to feel it pretty quickly with anything. So that's includes in when you do good, because they're saying pay it forward. So I know when you do good as well, that it comes back to you pretty quickly. So for you, I would use that almost like as a true north, like how you sort of run your life and do it that way. So yeah. I'm not too sure either, Lee. I just heard home, so we'll see how it unpacks in that space. Sometimes we don't know. The amount of times I've done readings and the person's like, no, and then like you get a month later, oh, it was exactly what you said. It was like, well,
exactly right.
Sometimes we don't know.
And sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get to that point.
Yeah, for sure.
They may not realize at the time. Maybe we're forgetting things. It's hard. In a reading, there's a lot going on. It's a lot of info to take in. So
yeah. I want to ask you a question, and then we'll do some more cards.
Yes, ask me a question.
So I would like to know, because I know the answer for myself, but I would like to know, seeing, you're a mum and, you're out there living your life, doing your thing. And then Nuna came visit and you're like, oh, God, I want to do something. And you studied. How has that changed you? And I don't mean you, the fact that you can now go and work in a space doing a job that you like, and having that. But how has it changed you connecting into the spiritual aspect of you?
Well, to be honest, I think in the spectrum of my being a mum, my kids are going through what I went through as a child, and now being able to connect and really delving into my spirituality, I can give my kids what I didn't have growing up. And that is the understanding of it's not scary, it's okay. And it's funny because, can I tell you a little story really quickly? My son. This
is like, come and hang out with us and hear our stories, people.
My son,
while we remember to pull a card every now and then.
My son, when he was little, he said to me one night, he said, Mum, Nonno comes, because my grandfather's also passed, not long after my grandfather. Nonno comes and he pats my back to help me go to sleep. And if I had heard that, if I had told my parents that as a child, they would have gone, okay, she's a lunatic. It's all right, she's a lunatic. But the good thing is that now going on my spiritual journey, as you were saying earlier with your son, I've been able to help my kids and explain to my kids that it is okay. So I've learned a lot about myself as well, and to trust myself, trust my intuition, trust the connection that I'm getting. Everything that happens is for a reason, and I really truly understand that now. And the lessons that we have in this life, they're meant to teach us something, and we're here for a bigger thing. It's not just us on this world. There are other things out there, and I think that's the biggest thing I've learned. So, and helping my kids, but that's the biggest thing I've learned, and I think I owe it all to my spiritual journey, because I see things in a different light now.
Yeah, I would say it's changed. Obviously, it's changed really what I've done, but it's changed who I am. And for me, it really is the level of peace that I have, I never had, and how I can handle what would normally be things that would trigger me. I don't. It takes a lot to trigger me now. And so I just have this amazing sense of peace and clarity and direction.
Yes.
Definitely. Makes life so much easier.
It really does. We trust our intuition, and I feel like that is something that I didn't understand it as a child. I was quite scared, as I mentioned earlier, about my dreams and things that would happen after I've dreamt. But now I actually go to sleep and say, give me guidance through my dreams.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll wake up in the morning and go, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. And it's really great. It's so good, because I have a spiritual team that guide me through everything, and I feel like if I just surrender, everything will be okay. And that knowledge that everything will be okay is just it's life-changing.
Really is. Sure is. I love sleep time. It's like, party, what's going to happen?
I don't know what's going to happen. I have not had one night where I don't dream. I think I remember you saying the same as well, Bronwyn, that, when you dream and when you go to sleep, it's like a party. It really is. What's going to happen tonight? Like, who's going to show up? Who's going to, what's going to happen? What message am I going to get?
It's awesome.
It really is.
It's so awesome. It really is. I love it. It's like, wow, what kind of crazy are we having?
What am I going to get tonight?
What kind of crazy? All right, so let's do a couple more cards because we've been on here rabbiting for 555.
Wow.
Woohoo!
It is.
Means we can go loosey goosey. It's like, oh, let's no rules. Let's go crazy. 5.
That's it.
All right. So let's kind of go. All right. Okay, so this is for Joe L, and it is about mending, repairing, focusing on any relationships that need a little bit of attention. So if you've got any relationships that you need to focus on or need a little bit more energy put into them, because then it's like, oh, go the distance. So they might have been trouble for a while, or it's going to take a little while to kind of get them back on track. This is what's coming up for you too. It is about putting the energy into repairing them the best that they need to be without really attaching to what they look like at the end. Thanks. And even if it's something that you've had to focus on for a long time, you will do it for a little while, but just be aware of how much energy you put into it as far as emotional attachment. But it is making peace for the sake of having peace is what I'm being made aware of. So anything that is also taking a lot of time to resolve, or is you're waiting for something to resolve, I know that it's going to be a little bit slower. So that may align in a workspace, because they just said the word work as that came up. So in there, we've got relationships, and that could, just the way that sequence of information came through, it could be work relationships, or into, other ones like family. And the other thing is it's going to take a little while to get things on track and how you want them to be. So if you've been waiting for something to come to fruition, you're just in a slow patch, Joe. All right.
Cool. All right. So I was drawn to Kelly A. So Anderson. Yep, Kelly Anderson. Yep. So the card that I pulled was pride, and what I'm hearing is to really be proud of the accomplishments that you've achieved. What I'm hearing is as well is that things feel slow at the moment. Things feel a bit stagnant. So the energy is a bit just how you going. It's sort of like slowly happening for you. But in terms of that, just be proud of the little achievements in life. So that saying, I keep hearing that saying, be mindful of the little things become the big things. So really focusing on those things and focusing on what you're grateful for as well. So those little achievements that we sort of put in the back burner, just be mindful of those, that they're actually really growing for you and something that's really driving you forward. So what I'm hearing is as well is I keep hearing gratitude. So taking time to even journaling, sitting there in meditation or anything like that, whatever you feel drawn to, but really being mindful of the things that really bring you joy. And when we shift our focus from the things that we don't have in life yet and that things we're waiting for, and focus on the things that we are grateful for, it really changes our perspective as well. So I keep hearing gratitude. So journaling or anything like that would really be beneficial as well. But things are happening for you. It just feels a little bit stagnant at the moment, but things are going to change and things are going to really move forward for you. But be proud of the little achievements that you've done so far. So let me know if that resonates.
And Joe, the answer is yes. So she just asked.
It was. Oh yes, okay, that was for me, Robin. Yes, okay.
Yeah, so yes, it was Joe.
It's tricky with the same names. But...
Yeah, it is. So let's kind of see. All right. Donna, it's interesting.
Kelly.
I've seen your question earlier on about your young relative, and they're showing me a scene rather than giving me the information. So I'm aware of it. They're talking about the weather, which is interesting because it doesn't look bright and sunny. It actually looks very wet. they're also making me aware too that I'm just trying to think of the appropriate way to say it on here. So I'm aware of the significant impact that the person is going through, because they're giving me all the sensations in my body. So I'm aware of that, but I'm also aware of how, even though their body might be little, the determination that they have. So we can't mistake in the fact that they're in a little body, that they're not super strong with a really big lot of oomph in them. So there is a lot of determination. I'm also aware too of how much love that is within this person. So even though they might seem like they're little, they might seem like they're young, and that might come against them, I'm aware that it won't, even though it might look like it takes a while to get back to full momentum, is what I'm being made aware of. So even though some days might seem gloomy, they might seem like they're a little bit tougher, I'm aware, due to how strong they are and how strong like their soul is and how determined it is, that they will turn the corner. It's just going to take a little while. And there's going to be a couple of bits that are going to be a little bit tougher than other days, but I'm aware that there's a lot of lessons that this magical young person teaches through this journey. But ultimately, it will have a good outcome. Yeah. All right. So do we want to do a 1, 2, 3, and we'll unless you're drawn to someone in particular.
Sorry, I missed that, Bronwyn.
I was going to say, do you want to do like a collective for everyone that we haven't had a chance to
That'd
do?
Be great. Yeah, for sure.
And you did I gave you a reading, so there was a reading there for you somewhere. You would have to go back and look at the recording, so you would have to do that. Yeah. All right. So don't forget, we all love Ella. And we all love Ella.
Oh, I love the love bombing.
We all love Ella, and if you would like to connect with her and have an awesome reading with someone in spirit, please do so. As I said, she's very kind, and she has heavily discounted her readings until the end of the month. So if you want to kind of do that, definitely jump on the link that is in the chat. And if you're bored and got nothing to do and like to hang around with crazy people and have fun and learn how to get your own messages, then come to the channeling class with me next week. And we are going to have some fun.
If I can just say one thing about Bronwyn's courses/classes, for anyone who hasn't had, anyone who's thinking of enrolling, do it, because honestly, and like Bronwyn is amazing, and I'm going to love bomb you now, Bronwyn. Bronwyn is amazing, and I have learned so much from Bronwyn's courses, and about everything, about myself, but also about how beautiful she gives you everything. She will give you all of herself, and that's what I love about you, Bronwyn. You really hold nothing back, and it's just amazing how you just support us and guide us in such a nurturing way, and I'm very grateful for you. So I'm grateful for you. I'm going to love bomb you with all my love, because I'm so grateful for you in helping me along my journey. If it wasn't for you, I would not be here. So I'm very grateful for you and everything you've done to support me. And yeah, you're just amazing. So if you haven't enrolled in Bronwyn's courses, please do it. So my turn to love bomb.
Gee whiz, I kind of sound like I want to get to know that Bronwyn.
Oh, I know her very well. She's amazing. I'm sure everyone on here will agree with me. So take that compliment, Bronwyn.
Thanks.
Yeah, take it.
Thank you, Ella. All right. So are you pulling your cards for number 1?
Oh, I can pull a card for number 1. Yes, definitely.
All right. So we'll do it together. So do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first? So those people that put number 1, this is for you, right? But remember, guys, listen to everyone's readings. This is the thing that's super important about spirit. And even when we do individual readings, I always encourage everyone to listen to each other's readings, even if it's not drawn to you, because the way spirit gets messages to everyone is through other people's readings. And so there might be a word, a phrase, something's like, oh, I needed to hear that. That makes sense for me. Even if I'm directed to someone else or Ella's been directed to someone else, there will be something in it. They do it all the time. They do it in this space. They do it when we do platform. They tag it on there. So don't think, oh, that wasn't for me. Bronwyn didn't say my name, or Ella didn't say my name. If it resonated, it's called kind of like a piggybacking thing, and they do that to get the most amount of messages. Same deal here. So when we do 1, 2, 3, which we're about to do, listen to all of them, obviously specifically yours, but there might be something in the others that will help you too.
Definitely. I agree. Okay, right. So I'll do number 1.
I'm going to add to all of them because I can't help myself.
Great. Okay, so the card that I pulled was failure. And the first thing I'm hearing is that we see failure as such a negative thing. But we need to shift that focus to take away that negativity and see it as an opportunity to grow. So don't hold on to those negative connotations of I failed or I did really well. It's more about that growth and that allowing you to really see the lessons behind everything that happens in our life. So that's sort of what I'm getting there as well. Stop that emotional investment of negativity in that. I think that's the main one for me too. So
so for my number ones, obviously we know that I obviously have boundary issues because I pulled you 3 cards. Can't help myself. So these cards talk to this big family connection and making that be a real focus. So whatever family is to you. So we're focusing on that. We're also talking about too that in regards to that, allowing the innocence of family experiences and really connecting into that space to really fill up your cup, to let go of anything that would look like guilt or anything that is a negative vibration around that, and just focus on the positive to allow more of that really nice high vibration of family and love to come into your world. They're also saying too that when you do that, to be really present. So let go of any past things and don't be planning stuff or thinking what could be. Just be in the moment when you are connecting with family, and whether that be your immediate family or your extended family. They kind of landed more on the extended, but either make sure that you are present, make sure that you honor it, and anything that's holding you back in that space, or there's a historic thing that's kind of pulling you down a little bit, they're encouraging you to let that go. So number 2s.
Okay, so for number 2s, I'm getting the card empathy, and what I'm hearing is that there's a reminder that we don't know other people's situations, we don't know their soul journeys, we don't know anything about theirs, we can only talk about ourselves. But in terms of that, I'm hearing that sometimes we hold on to that person did this and that person did that, and we're seeing their journey, and we're not thinking about how it's ourselves that we need to focus on. Now, letting go of that, our job is not to judge other people's journeys, our job is just to accept them with love and understand their journeys are theirs and that our journeys are ours. So really letting go of the idea of thinking about them and us, and it's them against us. It's nothing like that at all. It's more about how we see it, oh my gosh, I can't speak today, how we perceive it for ourselves and the lessons that we have to learn from that. So yes.
Awesome. Number 2 is not to have favorites. Number 2s get 3 cards too.
Ooh, yes.
Don't have favorites. So for you guys, it is about really knowing what sits in your heart. So it's really connecting in there, and what do you really want, rather than what you think you should do. What do you really want to do, and really connect into your true desires, and understanding and appreciating that, to connect in them without any thinking you don't deserve it, it's not going to happen. So connecting in a way going, no, if I really focus on it, I can make these come true. I can make it be part of my world. They're also making me aware too that sometimes there might be some either business decisions, work decisions, could even be legal. So there's more profound things, banking, you could be doing some finance stuff that is also coming up around you. And when you work your way through whatever those decisions are, I'm aware of the more clarity, or the direction that you want to go just becomes clearer for you. There is also a nice big strong energy about those that are your people. So this loyal people, and it kind of feels like one person, because when I say people, they correct me. So really connecting in and trusting that person that's super close, because I'm aware of that trust sometimes is really hard to allow yourself to really speak from your heart in the way that you need to, even though that they're exceptionally close to you. You still hold a little bit back. So consider how this ties in, because there could even be where you are, for some of you, not speaking your true desires And also this would tie in regards to making maybe some big decisions or some profound decisions, and that you're holding yourself back in a little way because of how it's going to be received or what you think is going to be the end result. And they're encouraging you still to step forward, even though there's a nervousness around it. So number 3?
The number 3, I pulled the card friendship, and what I'm hearing is that every relationship teaches us something. So relationships can teach us about trust, loyalty, and love. And what I'm hearing is as well that sometimes we give in our friendships. We give everything. We give support. We give love. We give all that. But it is okay to sometimes take as well. So in terms of that, being open to delve into explaining what's happening with your life. Sometimes I feel that we tend to hold everything to our chest, and I'm hearing that as well, that sometimes we feel like we don't want to burden people, that energy of not wanting to burden our friends. But it is okay to be able to unleash a little bit of what's happening in our lives, and be vulnerable to actually accepting guidance and love from them as well. So I hear it's okay to give, but it's all right to take as well. So just hope that resonates.
Awesome.
3 as well.
Well, actually, they got 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Don't tell number 1s and 2s. And it was because I kept checking, because I kept bringing up every time I pulled out a card, it was like they're pulling out to me what would indicate relationship. I thought, we just kind of covered that, but obviously it's obviously still applies, because I kept trying to get away from it and it kept coming up. So number 3 is we've still got a little a similar tone. Now in this space, what I am being made aware of is to listen. So, and when I'm connecting into that, it's not only listen to yourself, but there is a lot of wisdom around you that you need to listen to in that space, to stay really quiet. So if you've got a really busy life or your environment's really busy, they're making me aware of creating silence so you can hear. And I want to know if it was here, but no, you're actually, so you can hear the spirit world be able to communicate with you on how to move forward. They're telling me too that if you're waiting to make a decision, they're like, you're ready, like they kind of want to push you off the cliff. So it's like, yep, off you go. You are definitely ready. You've done the work. There's no reason to hesitate. Any kind of fears that are coming up around what you should be doing, then they're not valid. I've just got to check. So it's good. It's like you're good to go in that space. But at the same time, it's like you don't go blindly, because I'm aware of you may need to get some kind of advice from, obviously in this card, a half-naked man. But I'm going to say someone of authority. I've got a really bad sense of humor. Sorry, guys. So it's not just kind of go blindly in your decisions. It actually feels like that someone that would know what they're talking about. They might be an expert in this field, or someone that you really trust. If you need to double check that. This also indicates too that there is, for some of you, a really nice uplift in your intimate relationship, or if you don't have one, someone coming into your world. Thanks. And this feels close because I hear weeks and I see a number, so that's to me in that 2 month space. For those that are by themselves, look out, it's going to be fun. So for those that are by themselves, that's coming. But the others, it's all about you're ready to go, but there is advice that you need to listen to from someone that knows what they're talking about. But also your team is trying to communicate with you. And for some of you, you will notice this with your human ears, because they're making me aware of making noises where you can hear them. So it's not internal hearing, it's external hearing, because I'm aware that some of your loved ones are noisy. So, yeah. I've put the card. Oh, here's the card, Michelle. There you go. That's the man that's coming.
He's the man coming. Look out for him.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Once again, just to recap, thank you so much for coming and meeting Ella. I adore her. You know that I'm going through a process and introducing to a whole heap of people that are really important to me, and Ella is one of those. As I said, within the chat there is ways to connect with her. Do that. You won't regret it at all. She is awesome. She's got a beautiful energy. She's an awesome medium. Thank you so much for hanging out, connecting with us. putting up with our, well, at least my ridiculousness, listening to our stories.
Listening to our stories, listening to that. Thank you, Bronwyn, for having me. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Thank you for everyone for showing up, for showing the love. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you. Have an awesome weekend, whatever you are doing. Look after yourselves and make sure you have fun.
Definitely.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.